Howdy out there, it's David Duford at davidduford.com, where I help insurance agents like you become top producing insurance professionals. So today concludes the 4-part series about my recent car buying experience, where I didn't buy anything but really experienced what I think was poor salesmanship and poor sales management. And the reason I'm putting this video together is to just really inform you from the standpoint of a professional salesperson. I recruit hundreds of insurance agents nationally. I've got tons of insurance sales training material to really just provide perspective with somebody with that experience, with the perspective of somebody who is a buyer. This experience of buying with a vehicle this time around has been really growth-oriented in understanding the psychology of feeling what it's like to be a buyer, as opposed to just being the seller all the time. And too often as salespeople, we're used to selling. We're not used to negotiating as a buyer and dealing with objections and rebuttals and being on that side of the fence. So it's one thing I always recommend is just to put yourself in that situation, to feel what it's like to be interested in buying something and dealing with the negotiation process. So the last point here I want to talk about is the biggest objection or issue I think that I experienced was my salesperson that I dealt with had little to no sales control process. You have got to understand, when you're in sales, you're essentially conducting the show. You're the conductor to the orchestra. You lead the orchestra, you tell them when to come on, you show them the way, and you are the person who is leading the process from introduction to close. You cannot lose control at any point. Your prospect is going to want to wrangle away control from you at multiple points throughout the process. You cannot let them do that. It's difficult at times, but you have to retain control as much as possible. When you lose control, you probably are going to lose the sale. So how did this actually go down when I was out in the field or on the lot with my car rep guy? So first of all, the car rep guy did not ask me questions. If you're asking me, what's the best way to control a sales presentation or conversation? It's by asking questions, open-ended questions. What brought you on the lot today? How can I help you? Why do you want to trade in your vehicle? What are you looking for? Is this for yourself, your wife? What do you plan on using the vehicle for? Why not just keep what you have? These are great ways to elicit really good information from your prospect, but then to also control the process of how they are sold and to lead them in the direction that you want to. At the end of the sales call, you also got to tell them to do things. Little things to direct a prospect to do. My guy did a little bit of that, but at the end of the sales call, I started telling him what I was going to do. I told him when I was looking at a car, I said, hey, come over here with me. Let's look at this price invoice. He was at my mercy at that point. And again, most people do that subconsciously if they do it at all, but then you do have people like myself who are salespeople who understand how to gain control of a sales conversation. And the point is you just got to make sure you retain that control, you answer questions, and if somebody asks you a question, you always turn it around and ask them a question. That is the best way to retain control from somebody who is trying to lead a conversation, is that they ask, how much does this cost? Oh, it just depends on which version you get. It can be $30,000 up to $40,000. What do you think price budget-wise is going to be the best for you? I've now turned that around to kind of like a buying question, because I'm asking them a question of what is it going to take to get their business, right? And this is all preliminary, pre-qualifying stuff that you can ask. And I've also retained control of the sales call, so I can continue to direct people in the way that I want to. So control is critical, guys. Whenever you're in a sales presentation, selling cars, selling really anything at all, you've got to be in control. Asking good questions is the way to do it. My name is David Duford at davidduford.com. I invite you, if you're interested in selling insurance, to check out my material here on YouTube. I got tons of free training on all sorts of different products and insurance, sales and marketing systems. Predominantly, I'm a final expense guy, but we also train agents in the annuities business as well as mortgage protection and Medicare supplements. You can also go to my website at davidduford.com. Check out the link at the top that says Join David's Agency. I run a national agency. I recruit agents all across the board, across the country, that believe that mentorship and coaching is important, and they want to tap into a proven sales and marketing system for, again, final expense, annuities, Medicare, and mortgage protection. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, thumbs up, and leave a comment below. If you have any questions or even criticisms, that's fine with me. Feel free to leave them below. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.